There's an imposition in my mind's imagination. The hope and the choke on smokers, I'm smoking them like a basement. This is not rap, this is not hip-hop. Just another attempt to make the voices stop rapping to prove nothing, just writing to say something. Cause I wasn't the only one who wasn't rushing to saying nothing. This doesn't mean I lost my dream, it's just right now I got a really crazy mind to clean. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr. Misty-eyed, therefore I'm Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? Nah, I didn't understand the thing you said. If I didn't know better, I guess you're already dead. Mine is zombies walking around with an infinite hunch, saying stuff like, you only live once. You got one time to figure it out, one time to twist and one time to shout, one time to think, and I say we start now. Sing it with me if you know what I'm talking about. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr. Misty-eyed, therefore I'm Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul?
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white shirt, pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with a in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician, y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend, it's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me, if I was to ever take a lead, it would be aspirin to break a feed. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at her feet? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like
Abracadabra.
around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the taste of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will be an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy. Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted, mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed, yeah, it's just like y'all have been light jogging in. I've been running at full speed, and that's why I'm ahead like my noggin. I'm the fight y'all get in when you debate who the best, but I'm some white. I step up to that mic, cock it in. Oh my God, attention, chicken out again.
Abracadabra.
And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra.
and for my last trick,
Just like that, and I'm back, bruh.
break it down.
Sometimes I wonder what the old me say.
If what?
If you can see the
After 272 regular season games, 12 playoff games, one last one on the NFL calendar, and it happens tonight as EA Sports welcomes you to the Super Bowl. After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready?
They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Cam. Go.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here we go, son. Hey, Ken. Right.
First down. Fields. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
We talked at the start of the game, Mike, the energy in this stadium, and now after that early turnover, it's certainly not going to help quiet this crowd. They clearly came into this game facing an uphill battle, and they've made it here even harder on themselves with that early turnover.
They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Again, it's Benson. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, they go with Benson. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This a 46-yard attempt. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Cardinals will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Here we go.
On the handoff, this is Cora. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Fields. His pass, caught. It's Chigokonkwo. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Penix now off the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Third and 2, and panics. Open man, right. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Penix going to throw again. That's caught by Harrison right side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Second and a yard. On second down, it's Benson. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line. They'll go again with Benson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. So, 1 quarter down here on Super Bowl Sunday. Second and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Trey Benson, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down. From the gun, here is Penix. He's got his tight end, that's McBride. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs.
And he'll take it on in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Cardinals are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Fields. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
A 1st down throw for Fields. That's into the hands of Corum. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
He'll try to run it here with Corum. He will have a Steelers 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's 3rd and 2. To throw is Fields. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Fields to throw for it. That's complete to Watkins. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's in. Blake Corum. Touchdown, Steelers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
To return, here's Daquan Hardy. Strong. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First and 10. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. On 2nd down, here's Penix. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. 2nd reception of this Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run.
That's over the middle and intercepted. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
He won't gain a lot of traction there. Down only to the 24. Two minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And he's going to be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Here we go.
Try to get here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And And he will get into the end zone. Justin Fields. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Hardy now with the return. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Penix. Throwing right, it's taken in, and that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. So we are at halftime here in the Super Bowl. And for the final time this year, we send it to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. 2 quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
A give. Here's Benson. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They try the right side with Benson. And they're going to bring him down. But there is a penalty marker on the field.
On the jump. Trap 60, trap 60. Let's go. Go.
From the gun, it's Penix. That's caught downfield by Harrison. And he will go all the way. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Cardinals are back within 4. It's 21-17. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 2. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
They go play action with Fields. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Second down, it's Fields. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Fields. That's complete to Coleman. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, son. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. He's going to air this one out. That is hard. And he will score. Touchdown, Steelers. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Hardy now with the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Receiver in motion, headed left. Now a throw here. It's backward. That's down the field and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Rush. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Here's 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Hey, Monday. Right.
Now, Fields. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Here we go. Right.
Fields now. A pass caught right side by Coleman. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
He'll be stopped, just a short gain, down to the 30. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Fields. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Fields from the gun on third down. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Look wide, get this one complete, and he's out of bounds at the 5, and they're in business. It is 1st and goal.
Here we go.
On the zone read, a hand here to Cora. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Let the fullback try to power it home. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Back at the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal.
Here we go, son.
Now Fields. And that is incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown. So they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. Fields. And this will pay off. It is caught. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Hardy now with the return. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Arizona. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. Fields now to throw on first down. That's into the hands of his receiver, Watkins. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
You got to, alpha. Hey, 10. Hey, 10. Go.
They'll stay on the ground with Corum. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard.
Don't jump. Ready? Hey, 10. Right.
Here's Fields. He's got his man. It's Pickens. 11 yards on the connection there. That's a Steeler first down. Back to throw is Fields. He'll find the open man. That's Watkins. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And he's into the end zone. Justin Fields. Touchdown, Steelers. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. And he's going to take this one coast to coast. 95 yards. Touchdown, Arizona! You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown. And you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Get out.
Drive will start on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Easy. Sit high.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Down the field, he's got his tight end Okonkwo. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler 1st down. Fields. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Second and 7.
Hey, Ken. Here we go, son. Good night.
Fields to throw. That is caught. What a throw. George Pickens. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Come on, set. 19 tight.
They run out of the gun with Benson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Penix. They'll look underneath here to Benson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Here's Penix. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That is rare. You don't see 3rd and 17 converted all that often. 1st down. Now Penix. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. To the goal line and in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown Cardinals. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here we go on the return from the 1. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
Here we go.
They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, like, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Here we go, tonight. Say hi.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
Here we go. Say hi.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
go, set. Punch right. Chips right. Go.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to be fourth down.
Well, there's really two schools of thought, Mike. You have yourself the lead in the fourth quarter, and a lot of people just say, let's sit on it, let's play smart, just don't give anything to the opposing team to let themselves back in the game. Well, that's exactly what they almost did here. They put the ball in the air, tried to remain aggressive, and they're lucky it didn't come back to bite them.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Fields to throw for it. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So as an offensive coordinator, you have to have answers for what the defense throws at you. And in this case, your quarterback is sitting back there. He has nowhere to go with the ball on fourth down. He ends up taking the sack, and now your drive is over.
Here's first and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 79 Broncos. Let's go now. Take go.
Throwing is Penix. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. And the Steelers will take over here just past the 30.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
First and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Here we go, son. Good night. Here we go. All right.
And the Steelers have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. It's a franchise rich with success, and now once again, the Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are the champions of Super Bowl 63. So that'll do it for another spectacular season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Greg Olson, and our entire crew, I'm Mike Tirico. We'll do it again come the fall. Till then, so long from the Super Bowl.